Hi Libra, welcome back. So Libra, this is going to be your you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you might be dealing with. My readings are timeless, so whenever you find this, it's for you. Also, because it's general, you can resonate with either side, particularly if you are the cross watcher, as my readings generally are going to apply more to the person who is actually viewing the reading. But we're going to go ahead and get started. Libra, when I was meditating on your energy, I had a visual of the full moon coming up and then a black crow and the sound of a black crow. So I don't know if that's significant to you, or if like when you're out in nature, or like when you're outside, if you're hearing like birds, specifically a black crow, it may be a sign from spirit to pay attention to what that thought is at that moment. What is the internal dialogue going on? Also, I got a song and it was Reach Out. Well, that's the only lyric. I don't actually know the name of the song. Reach out, reach out. It's an older song. If I think of it, I'll put the name in the description box below. So, you may be reaching out to someone during this time frame. They may be reaching out to you, or this could be spirit literally reaching out to you in the form of showing up in animal form for a few of you, or intuitive form, okay? So, pay attention to the signs, Libra. The overall shared energy between you and whoever you're dealing with is Taurus and the 6th house, which is Virgo energy. You could have that in your chart or be dealing with that during this time frame. For others of you, this is a very earthy, practical energy. So I feel you getting really grounded during this time frame and paying attention to your well-being and your daily rituals, and maybe even doing some pleasure seeking during this time, Libra. It is a very sensuous energy, so I like that. It's like an appreciation of self, or that's what you're being encouraged towards. And it also highlights getting more organized, okay? Especially when it comes to work, looking at the details, getting more on top of things, all right? So I feel you also may be learning some new things about self or others during this time frame, as this often speaks of apprenticeships, or learning your role or different things about your role, wanting to take it to another level for some of you. So yeah, that's kind of what I have out. Let's go a bit further. So your overall energy is the 5 of Swords, which talks about loss in this deck. The 5 of Swords to me often is the sense of feeling defeated, feeling, like you can't win. And that could have been the past energy that's pushing you, Libra, to get more organized and grounded now. Because I had this sense of like feeling like a bit out of control, or not being able to focus your thought, being a bit messy-minded. And oftentimes when we're messy-minded, our external world tends to validate that for us in whatever way. But I just feel like this is something that you're becoming aware of during this time frame, Libra, and that's where the practical energy is coming from. Person you're connecting with is in the 6 of Wands, recognition. So this person may be getting some recognition during this time frame, or wanting that, wanting attention or having something to celebrate. I feel like their mood is a bit more uplifted than yours in the current energy or in the recent past. But I feel even in my body adjustments happening on an energetic level for you, Libra. So we will see what this is all about. I'm going to go into recent past energy, Libra, what led up to this moment. And then we're going to look at perception, how you perceive each other, how you genuinely feel underneath it all, your hopes, and most likely future outcome. So, recent past. So, Ace of Swords energy here. some reason I knew the Ace of Swords was going to come out, and I saw it in my mind. I actually thought that was what this card was. So I was surprised when I saw the 5, because I feel like you've gotten an immense amount of clarity or new information, okay, that kind of puts you in the driver's seat. And you've been in manifestation mode, Libra, where it's like using the knowledge of prior years is really helping you, you know, put together what your future planning is. And I feel like a lot of future planning going on, even in the past energy, you know, or, you know, feeling like you finally have everything that you need at your disposal in order to do the things that you want to do, and recognizing that, seeing the truth of that, you know, getting in control, letting your energy dominate and not others dominate you, right, Libra? Because in the past few readings, I did kind of feel like you were giving too much energy onto other people's perspectives or experiences, and not drawing that energy into you to place your focus on you, which is the only thing you have control over in this life. And I see you kind of reclaiming that, coming into this moment, reclaiming your power, so to speak, by standing in the knowing, right, of what you know to be true, because of all of your experiences and the observation of it, and the observation of the contrast in others, and being able to see, you know, what has brought you to this moment. And maybe there were losses, rejections, you know, things that made you feel lackluster, out of control in the recent past. But I feel like going into this time frame, it's all about your well-being, and recognizing the power you hold in establishing your well-being. So let's see what this person's recent past energy was, Libra. This person, hold on a second. Recent past. Wow, they have the Emperor too. Two strong-headed people, I would say. This person that you've been dealing with, I feel like they had some emotional turmoil going on, whether they were expressing that or not, you know, and like moving forward, but not like in a very conscious or excited way. It's like, all right, I guess I'll move on from that, but not really, you know, because I feel a little bit of like they're still carrying those more negative emotions with them to some degree. It's hard for this person to part from that, I feel. But they are trying to gain a higher perspective, or at least in the recent past, you know, and get so that they can be in the driver's seat. So that's why I said I feel like both are a dominating presence, or have been leading up into now. It can be quite a chess game with this person, Libra, if you allow yourself to play that game, right? But I feel like you're kind of knowing better, you know, because I think you did play that game with them for a while of I'm right, no, I'm right, no, I'm right, no, I'm right. And then it's like coming to this understanding, like, maybe we're both right in our own right. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's kind of all life ever really is anyways, is like, your truth is always going to be your truth, Libra, and their truth is always going to be theirs. And both are the truth for that person, and neither is more or better than the other, because we have variety and we're allowed free will. And yeah, so it's kind of coming to that understanding. Now when you come to that understanding, Libra, I feel like it's going to loosen up your energy quite a bit and allow you to start focusing more on things that give you pleasure, you know, things like your well-being, your health, your diet. It's kind of a purification, so to speak. So now we're going to go into perception and see what your perception is of this person. Now, Libra, keep in mind, perception is the eye of the beholder, like I just said. So it's your truth, but it may not be theirs, and vice versa. But we're going to start there, and then we're going to go deep. So Libra's perception of this person. The Sun. The Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. The Star. So I feel like Libra, there's this sense of feeling a bit disconnected from your happiness, or it's like if we're going to go really deep here in energy, then there is a disconnect in the way that your ego sees this person versus your higher self. So it's like when you allow yourself to see this person as Source would see them, or as your higher self with all knowing and love would see them, you see this person as someone who is capable of anything and has a lot of potential and a lot of beauty about them. That you see these star qualities in this person and their potential. But when your ego sees them, you tend to view them more as a bit childish and someone who has trouble moving forward, or does not make logical sense to you sometimes in their decision making, especially as it pertains to practical matters. So you're kind of two minds of this person in your perception of them. I feel like there's this immense need, Libra, to be able to connect the two, to see this person as, yes, someone who may not be very practical, but also as a human who is humaning, and sometimes we are all a bit impractical, and to give them that leeway in your mind if you're able to. If you're not able to, then it's best just to not think about it at all until you can get there, okay? But I just feel like you have more optimism in the situation than you've had before, even though there's a bit of stagnation here. There's like a bit of a stopping moment here, Libra. But then it's like, then the healing comes in. You know, then the well-being comes in. So it's all steam ahead, I feel. Even if it feels right now blocked, energetically speaking, when it comes to this connection, or like a stall in the movement forward. I feel like that what feels like a stall is actually giving time for things to come together the way that you genuinely want them to come together. Which oftentimes when we're asking for something, praying for something, and we're not getting it right away, and there's a large lag time, it's because, you know, the timing is not right, and or, you know, there's something better, or a better way it can come in that you haven't visualized yet, and Spirit is trying to show that to you, I feel. So. All right, so how this person sees you, Knight of Wands, the Strength card. So this person sees you as strong, independent, you know, someone who beats their own drum, goes to the beat of their own drum in their life, that you have a softness about you, but also, you know, a fierceness about you, a little bit of a bite to you, Libra. And sometimes they like that, and sometimes they don't like that. Sometimes they feel like maybe they're not good enough or disconnected, or, you know, you have a tendency to get into this person's head, I feel. And it's like sometimes they're not understanding you, and sometimes, to be quite honest, you are not understanding them, because, again, there's a disconnect between the way, like, your spirit, your soul, your higher self is seeing this situation and how you both are seeing it. So this person's going into introversion. They're reflecting a lot with the Hermit here, and kind of putting their defenses down a little bit. So I feel like this person is trying to be more understanding, okay? I feel like they're not really sure how they're getting in their own way, but they know that they're getting in their own way, you know, whether they say it to you or not. I feel like the internal dialogue of this person sometimes is like, okay, I kind of know that I am the problem, but I don't want it to be me that's the problem, so it's you. You know, like that type of thinking. even though they know, they know the role that they're playing. They know what they are doing that's contributing to the disconnection, but they want to make it about something that's external to them. And a lot of people do this until they become aware that life is only ever internal, and the external world just reflects what we have going on here. But this person is looking for external validation, I feel, because they're not validating themselves at times. Not all of the time. I feel like they're actually coming out of this energy or behavior, but because the guard is coming down and they're getting enlightened, so they're thinking a lot about this. All right. So even if they have not, filled you in on this dawning experience, I feel that it's here. An internal dialogue. Okay. So now we're going to go into the depth, the ethereal, the emotion. All right. That was kind of perceptive, ego. Now we're going to go into emotion. So how do you genuinely feel during this time frame? Libra, the Empress, the World. Okay. Woo! 8 of Wands, the King of Wands in the reverse. 9 of Wands. So, Libra, on an emotional level, first of all, you're feeling more confident than you ever have before. Good for you. Not saying that you ever have before, but that you haven't had, that you better than you have in a while. Okay, so this is, like I said, that feeling of feeling your worth, feeling that more practical side of you coming through, feeling that Empress quality, especially if you're a feminine, but you can be a masculine as well. And feeling successful in the way that things are going. And then yet you're like waiting for something to come through. But I feel that on an emotional level, you're ready for the next step. So I feel like you're tired of waiting on other people to make decisions or move forward. And sometimes you lack the confidence to do that, to strike out on your own sometimes. Because I feel that Libra, the King of Wands is here and it's showing up in the reverse, meaning a lack of confidence at times. Letting your ego drive too much. And our ego has its place, don't get me wrong, and we all have ego. Our ego is our earth identity. But sometimes if it's an overdrive, it becomes quite pushy and it becomes quite demanding. And then when we get into that energy of defensiveness and pushiness and demanding, you get what you give. So then everything seems like harder work, or that it gives you more that you need to push against. And it just makes it harder on yourself. So it's saying like, nothing to guard against here, Libra. Things are coming full circle naturally. Sit in your knowing of your worth, and things are going to move forward. Some of you are emotionally desiring someone to reach out, and I got that song. Or someone may be waiting for you to reach out. If it's you that is contemplating reaching out, I feel the reason you have not yet is because you lack the confidence, and or your ego is blocking you from doing that for whatever reason, good, bad, or indifferent. So let's see what's going on with this person on an emotional level. Libra. Ten of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, I just heard, weird, you're going to get a kick out of this. I don't know if someone often says that to you, Libra, like, oh, what? You're going to get a kick out of this. Or if maybe you're going to get a kick out of this reading. Or someone's getting a kick out of this. I don't know. So this person is coming full circle as well. They've got a chapter wrapping up for them. On an emotional level, this person has put an end to looking back onto something that was painful for them. They're trying to keep their focus and dedication onto working on their craft, so to speak, meaning their well-being or diet or work or hobbies, you know, things that keep this person's mind or hands busy. I think it's a distraction. They're looking for emotional distractions, because even though I do see them walking away or letting go of something, I still see them kind of sitting in that energy a little bit, still kind of looking at the pain of the past or of something, or the negative of something that's occurred. And they distract a lot. So I don't think this person has fully been able to process it, because they distract a lot, which can be an effective coping skill to some degree or another, but you don't want to be in complete distraction, that you're not paying attention to your thought process. Things get messy when we do that. But I feel a chapter closing. This person on an emotional level is releasing judgment. They're releasing the need to judge themselves. That could be what they're having a little bit trouble letting go of, because they look to the past and they say, should not have done that, or I feel bad about that, or that should not have been done to me. The why me's, maybe, or yeah, that type of energy is what they're emotionally processing and releasing. There's progress there, but it could be a lot faster if they just said, today's a new day and I'll never think about that thought again, because I cannot go back and control it. I cannot change it. I can only accept what is and move forward. That would help this person move through this energy a lot faster. But I see progression there anyways. So, what are the hopes, Libra? You might be hoping someone reaches out with a peace offering, an apology, or you may be wanting to give one for a few of you. If it's not specifically that, then I feel like you want this new innocent beginning in your emotional self and your emotional awareness. I feel a bit of a tattered emotional energy here in the past that you kind of willpowered your way through. And now that the energy is softening a little bit, you still kind of want to hold on to your ego a little bit and push away or against. But truthfully, what you really want is more softness, more understanding. And in order to get that, you have to be that. Yes. So this person's hopes. Two of Swords. Well, I certainly don't think they're hoping to stay confused. But they may be hoping, they want to let go of these negative thoughts if they're having a lot of trouble. It's almost like this person has a habit of thought, because I heard habitual. Habitual. Meaning if you've given a lot of focus to a negative thought, a practiced thought becomes a belief. Now, it's easy to change a thought that we think here and there, but it's very difficult to change a belief, an established thought process. This person is having difficulty changing that because it's become a belief. This is how it is. This is how it's always been. So this is how it's always going to be. And therefore, they create their own future, which doesn't serve them based off of that belief, but the perpetuation of that belief is so strong that it's difficult for them to see outside of that. But that is what they're hoping for. They know it doesn't serve them anymore. They know this behavior or whatever this is does not serve them anymore. They're aware. This is not no dummy. They're aware of the role that they play, whether they say it or not. But they don't know how to break the habit. You know, so it gnaws at them. And honestly, the attention to the negative, the attention to the don't wants, bring more don't wants. So really, if this person could refocus their energy onto the wanted aspects and just leave it alone for now, it would pass naturally. It would ease up a little bit. So. All right, most likely future outcome based on free will. Keep in mind, yeah, free will. So all of the future outcomes can be changed by you. I'm just giving you a snapshot, Libra. King of Pentacles, Page of Swords. Here's the ego battle. And now, see, some of you are getting triggered by me saying that. Some of you are saying, I'm not in my ego, they're in their ego, blah, blah, blah. If that's what you're saying, you're in your ego right now. Isn't that ironic? So if you're getting triggered by me saying, well, your ego is kind of getting in the way, that is most definitely a sign that your ego is getting in the way. Because if it wasn't, you wouldn't be triggered by that. You see how that works? Some of you, I could feel that. I feel like an irritation with that word. And I'm saying it with love, so there's no judgment here. And ego is necessary. Just as long as it's not blocking you. You know. So anyways, I see that here again, that distrust. Like, yes, you've said that before, been there before, did that before. You know. And that's all true, probably. But that doesn't mean that's how it's always going to be, okay? So remember, wherever you set your expectation is what you'll receive. You're predicting your own future always by your thought processes and how you're telling yourself something's going to play out. So if you're in control of that and you could set any expectation, why not set a different expectation? And I'm not talking about on this about someone other than you. Set a different expectation of yourself and how you're going to respond in that situation based on what's worked for you in the past and what has not. There's a strong connection here coming through. Something that really hurts you. This is in regards probably to someone or something, an event that really hurts you. That has, in your mind, rightfully so, given you the permission to be distrustful and go into the ego because it is a protective mechanism. And it has, what I'm saying to you is that served its purpose by you doing that, and that's good, and that's fine. But now it's time to soften that energy, Libra. Because it's like, all right, now you can't keep yourself in that vibration. You're always meant to move forward out of it. And now's the time to move forward. 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, Chariot. This is coming to a firm understanding, Libra, that you're being supported to move forward in this energy in a way that is different than the way you have been feeling, thinking, or handling this. And when that energy changes, and it will for a lot of you very soon, free will though, then there's good things here, lots of good things. Some of you, a reconciliation, if not that, a lot of support, emotional support, money, finances, or a good foundation, travel for some of you, or movement forward on an emotional level, either or all of the above. Hey, set your expectations. I'd set my expectation for all of the above and then claim it. You know? All right, so let's see this person's future energy, Libra. King of Cups. Also, their energy can be changed with free will. Four of Wands, Page of Pentacles. This person is praying for another opportunity to come through in their life, for a reason to celebrate. You know, they're really focusing their energy on wanting things to be more stable, on wanting the solid ground, of wanting to be more emotionally in control. And they're going to do that by releasing the judgment that they're holding against themselves, that no longer serves them. So it's like once they can do that and get into that space, then they can move forward. It's like they're kind of doing a bit of a past review, or they're still somewhat looking on something that is in the past, but they're seeing it through different eyes moving forward, meaning seeing, they may be very fondly thinking of the past, letting it take them to a more comforting place as opposed to a judgmental place, of finding an awareness and appreciation of where they are now and what's that provided them, you know. And there is another opportunity or something coming through for this person that's going to help them be more self-sufficient and stable. And their energy looks good, and possibly more support in their environment, more support from you, possibly reconciliation for some of you, Three of Cups on both sides. But this is like this, by this person releasing this need to hold themselves to the fires of the past. By them releasing that, it brings more supportive energy into the forefront, and they're recognizing that. They're recognizing the power in that, okay? And you are also going through your own transformations in a very similar way. Maybe soulmates with this person. They could be a soulmate to you. So oftentimes that is what happens in those types of connections. We grow together even when it feels we're growing apart. So, beautiful reading, Libra. I'm going to leave it there. Zodiac signs you could be dealing with. I have lots of them here. And it's a general reading, so it may or may not be any of these signs. FYI, just say them because you like it. Libra is here, obviously. Virgo, Leo, Aries, Taurus. Virgo again, Cancer, Gemini, Pisces, I've got lots of Aries and Leo energy. Taurus again, could be Aquarius or Scorpio. Leo again. Yes. So, that is what I have for you. Let me know in the comments down below how it resonated. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe. You can check me out on Facebook and Instagram. I do go live there a lot, especially to talk about law of attraction, the bigger universe, how to channel, meditation, all of that good stuff. So if you're interested in that type of content, follow me on Facebook. Tarot Time with Dana, linked below and in the About section of my YouTube. Also, if you like my clothing, not this outfit, but a lot of the outfits I do wear are from my sister's online shop, avasophiaco.com. Check it out. Also linked down below. Either way, I'm wishing you the very best, Libra. And until next time, my friends, namaste.